Welcome back to Talk Real Estate, a talk show dedicated to serving your public's needs. However, not everybody is willing to serve the public needs because Jeremiah Wanna went on strike. He didn't feel he was being remunerated enough. So now I have to bring a half dozen cookies every time. And our topic today, if he comes, is buyer's closing costs.
About a better world where real estate was taught everywhere. Wise people making wise decisions. Knowledge makes the deal a lot more fair. Mr. Odia, untaught real estate. There's no need to be afraid. Whether buying or selling with a little knowledge, a fair deal can be made.
Welcome back to Talk Real Estate.
Mr. Odia, you got my cookies, Mr. Odia?
I got them. That pitchfork's a little intimidating. There's 6 of them.
Last week, we couldn't even do a show on the counter. You didn't bring them.
I know.
You forgot.
You're a part of Ask Me or something like that.
These will do, Mr. Odia, but next week I want the homemade kind.
Oh, no. That's an AFL.
Them ones Mrs. Odia makes.
See,
those are pretty good, Mr.
Odia. They are. She's
I was afraid I was going to have to shove this pitchfork up your butt and throw your butt out of here.
I'm listening. Whatever you want.
Hey, Mrs. Odia got on the computer and she found this.
Oh.
And we got a problem, Mr. Odia.
We do.
If I sell this house, last week.
I just want to know what you're doing with Mrs. Odia.
Well, we're not going to talk about that right now, Mr. Odia. Now, what happened here was if we sell the house, the seller got to pay all this money. Now, when we buy a house,
which you're going to buy a house,
we got to pay money when we buy a house.
More. Well, sometimes.
So, Mr. Odia, my question is, are we going to be able to afford to buy a house? I didn't know you had to pay money when you sold it and when you bought it.
I know. It's a great thing.
So if we buy another house, here's what we found out. She got this on the internet.
Yes, that's to be trusted.
Yes, everything on there got to be correct, Mr. Rodriguez.
Perfect.
It says I got to pay for the title. I thought the seller paid for the title.
They prepared the deed. Now the title. Do you want to know?
That's 2 different things, Mr. Roddy.
Well, the deed represents
the deed and the title. On a car, you only got one title.
Yeah, there you go. But the search and the abstract, I'll use simpler terms, the history of what happened to this property and everything that affected the title is on the title search. And that's why you're paying that. And I think that includes title insurance, too. Title insurance is an important thing because...
Title insurance.
There it is, see?
Closing protection letter.
Yep.
Title endorsements. And every one of these things got... Money. This title search is $900.
I know.
The closing protection letter is $100. Everything cost me money, Mr. Odia. And this... I gotta pay the settlement notary fees, $200 and some bucks. I gotta pay recording fees, another almost $200.
Oh, you want to prove to people you own it, don't you?
I gotta pay transfer tax, almost $1,000.
Don't we love our government?
I gotta pay for a survey, a domestic lien search.
That's because we are wondering.
And then when I'm buying a house, I got to pay for this cockamamie Patriot Act thing too, Mr. Odia.
We don't want you to be taking...
If I find a politician that wrote that law, you know what I'm going to do, Mr. Odia?
You're going to stick
This
them.
is crazy.
I know. It's America. Title search. Important. Because you don't want to buy a property that has liens on it, do you? In other words, they could have debts that you'd become responsible for.
I'm going to eat a cookie, Mr.
Okay, you keep enjoying that.
You tell me what all I got to pay there.
Well, those...
Who do I write the check to?
Well, at the settlement, when you bring your money in,
Mm-hmm.
you will put all your money down, and they'll ask you for a check for closing costs. And it's important that you bring certified funds because they will not close without
What certified funds?
Well, it's not actually a cashier's check. It's actually certified, saying that the money you put down on the property, let's say a down payment, let's say you were going to put $20,000. It has to be in a form of a certified check. A lot of people come to closings and they don't have this certified check, and guess what? Everybody goes home. So a certified check assures that that money, when that attorney closes this loan, that money, when it goes into his account, his escrow account, that he can write a check to the seller. And when you sell your property, they'll expect the same thing. So that when the attorney writes you a check when you're selling, it'll be a good check. Okay.
Mr. Audio, real estate is expensive.
I know. How about the transfer tax? We figured about $1,000 for that. Yeah. Boy, it is important.
Let me see what else is on here, Mr. Audio. We got to pay a broker's fee. Who we pay that to?
Well, I had someone write this up, so I want to see if they gave me a little extra money. Where's the broker's fee?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. It's zero.
Well, that's what you deserve, Mr. Audio. You real estate, there ain't no money left for the agent, Mr.
I think you can have a broker's fee, though. Let me explain why. Sometimes real estate agents say, I won't work for anything less than 3 or 4%, and that means when they split the commission, they want 3 or 4%. And some people make deals at lower interest rates. And remember, all commissions are
we made a deal at 2.5%, right?
I don't remember that. But they are negotiable. And guess what? They can be negotiable down and they can be negotiable up. So a lot of times buyers will say, you know what? That Darawati, he's so special. We're going to give him an extra percent. Not often. I never ask him for that. But that's what it is. An extra.
That's a lot of money, Mr. Audio, on a $500,000 home.
I know. But I never ask for it. But there are people that do. And you have to be prepared because you could be in the middle of a transaction and you're over there trying to make a deal and someone says, oh, yeah, you owe me another $1,000. You wouldn't like that to be happening.
So we got property insurance, Mr. Audio.
Well, you have to have insurance at the closing because the lender will not fund that loan unless they know they are absolutely covered. And they'll be named as an added insured. So it'll be Jeremiah Wanamove and First National Bank. Commonwealth Bank, whatever
Lender
bank.
escrow.
Yeah.
Why do I got to put money in that?
Now I'll show you why. Now I want to see where it is. Now the escrow, a lot of times when you purchase a piece of property, closing costs are one thing, but prepaid items are another. Prepaid items are, I know, they're extra numbers. A lot of times you'll need 8 months taxes in the bank. The bank wants that so that when the taxes come due and they collect them, they want to make sure that there's enough money to pay because they don't want to lend you tax money. So they want your money in the bank and it goes for insurance. Usually they want at least a year, maybe even 12, 14 months.
So none of us really owns our houses, huh?
Well, that's
all we're doing is renting it off to government.
And then paying lots of costs for it too.
Mr. Audio, I don't think I could take any more this week. We better postpone this to... Yeah, but let's talk the rest of them next week because I'm broke. My pocket is empty already, Mr. Audio. It's plumb empty.
You just have to get out there and pitch a little bit more hay. And, they use that for manure too. And I think we're done pitching any more of that.
So till next week, when we finish all these expenses, and you better have a heavy wallet.
We'll look forward to see you next week on Talk Real Estate, dedicated to serving your real estate needs.
See you next week.
Ciao.
Mr. Rodeo, on Talk Real Estate, there's no need to be afraid.